Hello, patrons!
Hi, guys.
Welcome back. Episode 2 of the big Q&A. Episode 2 of 3.
Oh?
Is optimistic. Because I've noticed, you sneaky patrons, I couldn't help but notice that more questions have been added to this thread. This is like the official Q&A thread. And if more questions keep getting added at basically a rate of 4 per week, then this will never ever end.
Don't give them any ideas.
There's now 101 questions or posts on this thread, and we'll try and get through some more tonight.
We'll do what we
What do you think about that? I'm really sorry. We were going to record yesterday, but Evertel, I don't know if you've noticed, she's got some pretty special new glasses.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
Thanks.
They're like wireframes. Do you know who you look like?
Well, on the description of the frames, it said I will look like Indiana Jones, John Lennon, or Steve Jobs.
I was thinking Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
But the other one I was thinking was, you know, in Love Actually, you know the American woman who works at the publishers?
Yeah.
You don't look like her.
No.
You know the really hot French guy that she falls in love with?
He totally were.
You look a bit like him.
Yeah.
But like a sexy woman version.
Thanks.
Which I guess makes me the American lady who works at the publishers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who never quite gets with the sexy
Well,
Spanish
she could
dude.
do, but she loves her brother so much that she has to be available to sometimes answer the phone to him, so she can't ever be in love.
I don't know.
But at least she's not like a weird stalky person, like the guy from like Egg from This Life, The Walking Dead.
I don't know what
The guy
that
from
is.
Walking Dead. You've seen Love Actually. It's like your favourite movie. Don't
Yeah.
pretend. The guy with the signs with Keira Knightley, who's like, I'm
He's
basically
from The Walking Dead?
Yes, he's like the lead in The
Goes to show
Walking
I've
Dead.
never seen The Walking Dead.
We were going to do it just a tiny bit earlier tonight, but we had a disaster where we didn't think our heating was working.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Evertel turned on a tap and the hot water wasn't coming out of
It
the tap.
wasn't coming out of the tap.
And so I was like, our
"This is
boiler's broken. This new
broken."
flat is broken. We've broken the new flat. But it turns
Okay.
out you just had it on cold.
I did. I will admit that, because I am strong.
It's just on cold.
And I accept my faults.
And we turned it on to hot and it worked then, so...
Yeah.
That was the end of the disaster.
Yeah.
Let's answer some questions.
Let's.
Welcome, guys. Oh, actually, do you know what? It's actually quite warm. I'm going to take off my jumper. Is that okay? Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, I've got a shirt on underneath.
Avert
It's not...
my eyes.
If this was Love Actually, I wouldn't have a shirt on underneath, and I'd just be like glistening.
And
And
then
you'd
be like a Sinead O'Connor
you'd be like,
song.
oh,
that plays
and
or
then
something,
because it's a
right?
Richard Curtis movie,
Yeah.
there'd be a bed trick, and you'd trick me into sex.
That's what happens every time.
In Richard Curtis movies, yeah, totally. Like because he plays
I
it all
meant
like.
life.
Oh right, I see. That's how we got together. Right.
Okay.
Let's get on with these questions. Now, I'm pretty sure this is where we left off last time, on like question 2 or something. So this question is a month old straight away. And it is from Alberto Aspeze?
Aspeze. I don't know. Besides the fact that I'm so elegantly super fucking happy for you guys, would you please be so kind and disclose daytime address, dress code, and wedding list reference so that we can be there that day, storming in the church, screaming, "For the Horde!" and reassuring the priest that your yes is sure thing as Taliesin is always right. It's a scientific thing and you can't deny science.
Fact. It's just a scientific fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not so much a question, but I enjoyed it.
We will definitely tell you all about it once it's happened, but we'll tell you the date. I'll tell you when we're getting married. I don't have to...
Did you have to look at
No.
the thing to...
No.
Did you...
I was just admiring it one last time before I read it out. It's July the 8th, 2018.
It is.
And it is in London.
It's coming
So
up.
there we go. There you go. And we'll let you know literally days after it happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll probably, for you guys, show you pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. So, because, you know, we've got cool
Yeah.
suits and dresses and stuff to show off.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Okay, next question.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Oh,
Get
okay.
through these.
Oh,
Come on, get
okay.
through
Right.
these.
You on a mission. Here we go. Okay. So this is from one of our faves, Ascaluzia. Oh no, one of our faves, and then I stumble on the name.
It's Escaluzia.
By the way, drinking beer, not wine, because we just had a curry.
We did. It was delicious.
It was amazing, from our favourite curry place. Ascaluzia says, I'm so happy for you guys. The two of you are the highlight of my week. Heart. Question is Anduin gay? If not, who is? Someone's got to be gay and wow.
I don't think Anduin is gay. But...
Sure?
I mean, I don't know. Are you saying he's going to hook up with Rathian?
Well, I think that's the assumption, isn't it? But since Rathian is a dragon and not really like a male human,
Yeah,
would that make him gay?
Or just into bestiality?
Yeah, I mean, bestiality is a harsh word, isn't it? Interspecies.
Interspecies love.
Which is a thing that surely must happen.
In Warcraft.
You have half-elves. Oh my goodness, like half of the elves and humans in Warcraft are together. They're all interspecies. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah,
that's all it is, mate.
Interspecies loving.
It's perfectly normal. Look at Arator, son of Alleria and Tyrallion.
There we go.
Look at Sylvanas.
Yeah.
She's into a human.
Yeah.
Look at Valeria, she was too. They all just love humans, those elves.
Yeah.
They really do.
Huh. So what do you think is I was going to say is Taliesin gay? I don't think... Well,
that's why I had to check on the old date. Well, there have been gay characters in WoW, not main characters, but if you've done enchanting, the profession quests in Legion, there's a bit where you have to go to Azuna and you have to help a ghost elf, because they're all ghost elves in Azuna, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what the actual quest is, but you actually reunite her with her wife/girlfriend or something like that. And it's, obviously not a big deal made of it or anything like that, but you notice it because you don't see it much in Warcraft.
Yeah. That's really nice.
So, so whatever their names are.
Yeah.
But is Anduin gay?
Is Anduin gay? You know what? Maybe he is.
Who knows? It's maybe he's not even thought about that himself. Because he's so concerned with just battling. One of the things I find quite funny is the amount of different people that people try and ship Anduin to. And not ship in a kind of like a fanfic way, but in just he is the prince.
Like a matchmaking way.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to marry someone because...
He's got to produce some heirs, man.
For he is the prince. So people are like, he's going to have to marry Kalia Menethil. Yeah. It's like Kalia Menethil's literally 20 years old, 30 years older than him,
What if Anduin is asexual and is just happy being his happy self?
Like Ian Hazacostas.
Yeah. Yeah. Who just... His sexuality is just all here. He just it's all just here.
That's wrong. Ian Hazacostas exudes sexuality out of every.
Well, of course but he seems quite content in whatever his decisions may be.
Maybe we'll never know. Yeah. Maybe, and who cares, frankly?
Yeah. Well, no, exactly.
Yeah. It'd be cool if he was. That'd be awesome. So I'm going to say yes. Anduin is gay. Yeah. Why not? But I don't think he loves Rathian, though.
No, I don't think he does.
No, I think they're just good mates.
They're just buds.
And I don't think he loves Gen Greymane, despite the kind of student-professor thing going on.
No. That's like I care for you,
Gen is just a very good boy.
He's such a good boy.
Just a very good boy.
So
loyal. So loyal.
Such a good boy.
Gen, go and get the Azurite, boy. Go and get the Azurite.
I love him in the cinematic. He's so shaggy and dog-like.
It's his little grin when he gets up, when he's all hurt, and then Anduin he cries and he's all like, and then Gen gets up and he's like, do. Oh, I love that.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. But in answer to your question, yes, Anduin's gay. Yeah, whatever.
Next question from Nathan Perry.
Oh, here we go.
Will there ever be a time in WoW's history that the forums will not turn into a shit show over something? No. If so, what do you think it'll take to make forums not go into a frenzy?
As you can imagine, we spend a lot of time in the forums, like going through things, and it's really sad actually, because there's a part of us now which, to make our lives easy, is kind of hoping for shit shows all the time.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've never been left wanting. Nope. The only times we've ever not had a shit show on the channel was when we chose not to have one, not because we couldn't have found one.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what the forum's all about, isn't it? And it's the same with any forum for not just video games, but literally anything.
Yes.
So no, there's and particularly something that people are so invested in.
Oh yeah.
As well.
It's a rule of the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's a rule, specifically of forums. You will have people shitposting and getting angry.
Yeah. And Robin Smith points out, I guess the forums would even rage about a subscription cost removal.
Yeah.
They would, because then it would be free to play rubbish, and
then it's for all the plebs. All the plebs are going to play it now.
I would rage against the subscription removal. I like the subscription. It works as like a guarantee for me.
Yeah, I feel guilty if I don't play.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what I meant.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like you see it as like a kind of like a blackmail for you to have to play.
Yeah.
No, I just see it as like a sign of kind of like that there is, you know, at least 45 million pounds going into Blizzard from
this month.
Every single month.
It's okay.
When you think about it like that,
you're like, nah.
It's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. They're okay.
Yeah, and what that is like, that's your guarantee that WoW's always going to exist.
That's good.
So I would actually be angry if they left the subscription fee.
I'm with you.
I wouldn't like it at all.
I wouldn't like it at all.
No. Robin Smith, your question is, do you think that undead characters, male and female, need bigger shoulder pads? Not like male night elves, but big enough so they would at least cover their shoulders properly. I think the issue here is not the fact the shoulders aren't big enough.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they stick out in a weird way.
They don't sit quite right, do they?
No, and they kind of stick out, like kind of, because I think male undead are okay, but because the male have got the hunch, what you do is you miss the back of their shoulder pads.
So you just see
they kind of like slide over the top, don't they?
Yeah.
And you just see, you see them kind of from underneath.
Yeah.
It's a bit disconcerting.
It's a little odd, isn't it?
But if a walking, shambling corpse doing warlock magic can't be disconcerting, what can, I guess? And the female undead models, well, they're going to be the new skinny humans as well, aren't they? They're just kind of shrunk down a little bit.
Right.
I think it's the same skeleton. They seem to have the same
gait.
Yeah,
they have the same hunch.
Yeah.
Not hunch, but like their shoulders are up here and they're like...
Yeah.
That's my impression.
I think so. And they do a funny walk, the female ones.
They do.
And yeah, I that's one of the things that made me...
Oh.
No one's going to know what happened there.
No.
Our device disappeared from OBS. It was gone. It just went boom, 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 boom. And 3 hours later, like 20 seconds later, here we are. But that's why maybe the angle has suddenly changed a little bit, and maybe we're a bit more zoomed in. So sorry about that. But here we are. That was exciting.
Wow. So
it's a bit of editing that I didn't want to have to do in this video.
Yeah. So I think we agreed that undead shoulders are kind of funky.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the answer is to make them bigger, because you know with trolls,
they just need to sit a little differently.
Yeah, and I think the same is with trolls. Like trolls are big, but they still don't sit right either.
No, they
It's those hunched races.
Yeah.
They find it difficult. What we need is an upright option for every race.
Yes.
And that'll kind of solve it.
Or shoulder pads that are designed specifically for hunched over bodies.
Do you mean ones that are like longer at the back than the front?
That, that just sit maybe here, or just, just sit. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't know because I have such perfect posture.
Yeah, I know.
It's difficult for someone as upright and naturally, posture from heaven to possibly comment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. So but no, I agree. There is something not quite right. That's why I changed. Oh, this is what I was saying when the camera cut out. That's why I changed my Forsaken model from a female to a male. Because they're more hunched. Yeah. But for some reason, I feel like the shoulder pads just work.
They
a bit
work
bigger.
For them a bit.
Because they are a bit bigger. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
You're right, Robin.
They are a little bit.
You're totally right. The other reason I like being a male undead is because their casting animations are the best.
They're really
because they use their both arms in like a really Muppety way. Yeah. Like they go like that, and it's just really fun. I just really like it. Oh yeah, if you haven't been following this channel for like 3 years, no, we haven't done it 3 years. It's almost we're approaching our second birthday.
Getting close to our second birthday.
Wow, April the 21st, I think. Oh, so we're almost there. We're gonna have to do something special. But anyway, if you're not like a long time viewer of this channel, welcome. But also, this is my favourite thing: is my impression of a Muppet.
It's very good. It's very good.
Only one more sleep till Christmas. That's Muppet Christmas Carol. So, right, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Robin. Next question. Ryan Nielsen. What raid zones and dungeons for you were a waste of potential?
Ooh.
And also, what lore characters have sort of soured on you over time?
Ah, interesting.
That's a hard one.
Lore characters, probably easier question to answer.
Yeah. You know, I want to like Tyrande.
This is where I'm going to go with this as well.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I like, she seems pretty cool, and I like her story, and I like how she's involved with, like, the other major lore characters. But she's, like, kind of...
A bit whiny, isn't
She's
she?
a bit whiny, and she dissed the Nightborn, and I wanted to play Nightborn on Lions, so she ruined that for me.
That was all her fault.
That was all her fault.
Don't blame me in Hascustis, blame Tyrande.
Yeah, I do blame her. Yeah, so she's one character for me that, like, I want to love for different reasons, but who I'm just a bit like, eh.
Yeah.
Also, her accent is crazy. She has like a...
Oh no. Oh.
Aww.
I know, this will actually be quite... whereas the first time it happened,
It was
it might have been
funny.
quite funny for people watching.
It was really funny.
That one's probably just going to be annoying.
That one's just a bit bleh.
Here's hoping it won't happen again. We're just having some OBS problems. Sorry, guys. OBS problems. Hey, do you know what, though? I'm glad this is happening now.
Yeah.
And not when we're trying to film the weekly reset, like 2 days
just
late.
you wait.
Can you imagine?
Just you wait.
Oh, can you imagine, though?
Yeah.
Just another reason why we need our new computer that I'm desperate to buy.
Good.
Bellylar's been giving me advice.
On?
Very publicly
Oh,
on what
on
processors and
rigs?
stuff we need on rigs.
Rigs.
Bellylar's like that. He's like, you don't need a good processor. You just need to optimize your workflow with all these amazing things.
Yeah.
It's like, mate,
Like
we were
just-
basically editing these videos on a Game Boy
Just-
until like
yeah.
last year. You know, we were happy with a desk.
Yeah.
That took us a year and a half to get a desk.
It did.
Okay. I was like, let's just pretend nothing happened. But actually, OBS has cut off like 3 times in the
just
last
keeps
5
cutting
seconds
off.
as you've been trying to finish this sentence.
Yeah.
So get this sentence out quick. Maybe that's the curse. Maybe once we're through this sentence.
Tyrande sucks.
Yeah. You think so though?
Maybe not. Like, I like certain things about her. She's in a tough position.
Yeah.
You know, she's in a really tough position. What about you? What characters have soured for you?
Malfurion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just really boring.
Do you know what?
isn't
Like
he?
every now and then, I am moved to like Google pictures of Malfurion or something on Google, and he is so awesome. Like Malfurion is so cool.
He's a cool dude.
He's like a druid. He's like the druid. He's like so in touch with all that stuff. He's so great. He's just such a great character.
Yeah.
But I kind of think they don't know what to do with him.
No.
And he's maybe just a bit too powerful or whatever. And, you know,
He's
it's like...
powerful, but he's also very like...
Yeah.
blip, blip, blip,
And I
blip.
guess, like, he and Tyrande, they're both so old.
Yeah.
And they both exist in, like, a situation which is really unrecognizable and unrelatable to human people who play the game.
Yeah.
Like, and so obviously we relate more to the human characters or people with like lifespans that we can understand more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why everyone's like, oh, Anduin is the king now. It's like, why is Anduin the king? Why is Anduin in charge? Because like Tyrande is, 15, 20,000 years old. And has seen it all, has like,
She's like
been part of the army that pushed back Sargeras the first time, and now the second time is up. Exactly, and like all these amazing characters. Velen, who's like 20,000 years old.
I still like Velen.
Yeah, exactly. But he's all like, yes, my king. Why are they saying yes, my king to Anduin? What's Anduin ever done? Apart from look sad, cry, bring people... He hasn't even done that in game yet.
No, he hasn't.
Coming up.
He hasn't.
Like, why are they calling him my king? I don't get it.
He's just a puny human.
Because of his lovely, lovely nose.
Yeah.
And his
lovely
angel
malleable
face.
nose. Yeah.
But no, and like that's a meme on the internet at the moment. But you can see it. Like these old, experienced people, and particularly Tyrande and Malfurion.
Yeah.
They've seen it all, they've done it all,
They've been there.
they've been there every step of the way for defeating Sargeras.
Yeah. And I think it has to be that way because at the end of the day, Warcraft is about us, the heroes, and we are but, humans and other...
I mean, I am. You're not. You're an elf.
No, I'm an elf, but, I'm not that powerful. So the story's still about the
I don't know. You've got the Windrunner bow. Don't do yourself down.
But, like, I think...
You took down Argus.
Someone told me that was really special, but then I saw other people with it, and then I was like, hold on.
Yeah, but they've got theirs isn't the same because some of them have got the Mage Tower appearance,
Right.
and that's something you choose not to use, isn't it?
Yeah,
the Mage Tower appearance.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, which is and it's not that you couldn't do the Mage Tower if you wanted to, you just don't want to.
No, exactly. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, totally. This didn't really answer your question very well, sorry. What was the first part of that question? Oh, which raid zones and dungeons for you were a waste of potential? I would say a lot of people would say Argus. But I don't think so. I loved Argus. I like,
Argus
the gameplay elements of it I can see were maybe a bit disappointing for some people. But for me, the entire thing was so exciting.
Yeah.
Just being there.
Yeah.
And like having it. Like, I remember when it went on the PTR that day, and just being there and seeing it all was mind blowing.
Yeah.
So good. And I feel like Antorus was properly like epic as well.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I know, I did like Antorus. I didn't like it as much as like Nighthold.
Yeah, but nothing was as good as Nighthold.
That's
Nighthold was just a brilliant raid.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And
it was just a good raid as well.
It did, felt like kind of coming down a little bit after that one, to be honest.
Well, everything had been like gearing up to defeating Gul'dan for so long, hadn't it?
Yeah.
So when you did, it was like, cool.
Yeah.
Now what? And then she was like, in fairness, the lore has been pretty epic in this expansion.
No, it makes sense. It's good. It's good.
I wonder how like Battle for Azeroth is going to keep up. Maybe that'll be one of the questions.
We shall see.
But once they were wasted, I mean, the whole of WoD was just a massive waste. And when you think about what they missed out from WoD as well, and how the whole of Hellfire Citadel was just a massive waste for me, and just literally everything from the story, from the end of leveling onwards, was just such a waste of these amazing characters. And
I don't know if you know, but I didn't play it.
I did know that, actually.
I didn't play it. I did watch and listen to you play it.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay.
But where was Ogrim Doomhammer in that? Didn't do anything. And looked horrible, had a terrible model as well. And stuff like that. And just, everything. Everything in WoD.
I feel like lots of people would agree with you.
Yeah, and I think that I almost feel like that's a cheap answer because it's too obvious an answer.
But it is maybe the right answer.
It is probably the right answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sad thinking about it.
Oh,
luckily we'll get the chance to like relive that properly now that we have Magar Orcs.
Oh yeah,
Magar.
There you go.
Yeah, like some proper. I can now be a Frostwolf, or all the other ones. Laughing Skull. Or, yeah. Blackrock. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to do that. It's going to be awesome. So we'll put that right.
Yeah.
Where Warcraft went wrong, we will put it right. Thank you for the question, Ryan. Next question is from Jonathan. Would you ever do a fan meetup at a particular place or gaming event? Well, we kind of have.
Yeah, we've done. It wasn't official. But we tweeted when we were at BlizzCon, and we were like, come meet us now in the lobby. And some people came, and it was amazing. And it felt like a bit of an impromptu
we
meetup.
showed off our noobiness.
We did. We were like...
For BlizzCon there, because we were stupid. And that was a terrible, terrible place to meet people.
That was maybe the worst place
And also, we just spent like the last 3 days doing nothing but meeting people.
Yeah.
Like literally everywhere we went in BlizzCon.
But lesson learned, next time, if we go back to BlizzCon ever... I think it's important to like before we get there be like on Thursday at this hour we're gonna be here, come say hi.
And we know the score with BlizzCon now, so we can do that.
Yeah.
Which should be really good. It was all so new to us last time.
It was so new, we were just fish
and
out of
luckily
water,
we did have
around.
People coming up to us the whole time
which was
saying
amazing.
Hello, which was great because it kind of saved us from ourselves.
Yeah, but I do think it's important to kind of like set a time and a date and be like, hey, come say hi now. And we'll definitely do that if we go to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
And we can do that in other places too.
It makes more sense to do it at like gaming events, like you say. So it's just a case of if we ever go to any more gaming events. And the problem is, it's like, it's difficult because actually going to a gaming event is one of the worst ways that you can actually cover the stuff that's happening in a gaming event. Like, that's why Belilar did not go to BlizzCon.
No, he did not.
Is because he knew that it would be so much easier for him to be at home.
Yep.
And just making his 11 videos that he made in those 3 days.
Get out.
More than one of which has had 1 million views. He's so rich. But no, like, and from a professional point of view, he decided that he would rather do that than actually be at BlizzCon. And we decided...
we want to hang with you.
We decided we'd rather be at BlizzCon because...
I think that's totally fair. We knew they were going to announce an expansion and potentially other things.
Yeah.
And, like,
And getting those 3 videos out was, like, one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
And it was so difficult getting those videos out.
And I got really ill when we were there. And it was just...
it was... and I'm really glad we did get those videos out. But it was so difficult to do because all you want to do is go to cool stuff and meet cool people and hang out. And, like, you know, I would say the one time there were 2 moments in BlizzCon where we could actually relax and enjoy BlizzCon. One of those was the opening ceremony.
Yep.
And then literally after that we were running to make videos.
Yeah.
And missed, like, the stuff after that. And the other was, like, literally the very end with Muse.
Yeah, the closing ceremony.
I was watching Muse going, there's no news happening right now.
Yeah.
This is kind of great.
I'm relaxed. I'm just it
was kind of cool.
It was amazing.
But yes, and then on that last night, we were like, well, we've met loads and loads of people, but maybe there's some people that did want to meet us that haven't had a chance yet. So we texted, we said, we'll meet you in the Hilton. But then as we were texting and putting that on Twitter, like, this weird crowd kind of developed around this.
But, like, you know, it was amazing.
Oh, we got so many hugs. It was great.
Sorry.
Because I'm drinking and talking. Sorry.
Yeah, you are. It was amazing. It's good, and I would love to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were late to meet people in the Hilton, and the Hilton was a terrible place anyway. Because if you are a BlizzCon like veteran, the Hilton is the place to go apparently. That's what we were told. That's why we're always there. But in the last couple of years, and certainly this year when we were there, there's like a DJ there. And DJs are cool. DJs are great. It's all fun. It's all games.
Yeah, it was getting
but
nasty,
it was
though.
So loud. It was
really
just impossible for anyone to talk. And that was making everyone
like
really
bumping
edgy.
And grinding.
Yeah, because it was like
Yeah.
people went to the Hilton to chat and chill out. And they do that every year. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
So the fact there's like this DJ there, everyone was getting like a bit angry.
Yeah, and like some people are getting like really wasted, which is fair. You know, you're out having a good time. Okay. But like it was a combination of really wasted people, really excited people, really loud DJ, people who actually want to talk. It was all just these like conflicting forces, and it was a bit like. But I loved it.
Yeah, so maybe we'll find another place if we go back to BlizzCon tour.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely do that because we've never had a bad experience meeting anyone that has watched the channel. That's why we're always up for like meeting people.
Yeah, because we're like, yep.
Yeah, because it's always fun.
Yeah, we love
it's really
it.
cool. Awesome.
Next question.
This is from Dave Jones.
First off, sending you much love and appreciation from Utah. Having friends like you would be amazing. Aw.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Hey. How did you two meet? I think we've told this story before.
Yeah, we have. Mm-hmm. We have told the story. Have we even told it in this Q&A?
Not this one, but in a previous Q&A.
We met doing just a terrible job in the museum. I was there because I'm just a terrible person who had no good job. You actually now have a career in museums, not from that job.
No, but
I hasten to add.
It was my first job when I came to London, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty much the first person that Evertel met when she came to London. So it worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah. That is where we met.
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you coming to Utah so I can meet you?
Oh, okay, you're the American. Where's Utah?
Close to Arizona.
Oh, where's Arizona?
Close to the West Coast.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Yeah,
West Coast, that's cool.
West Coast, yeah.
West Coast is hip.
Yeah.
The coasts are hip.
Yeah.
And the middle is hip. It's all hip.
Let's just say TBD.
Yeah, we'll come to Utah, sure. When they hold BlizzCon in Utah.
Yeah.
What's in Utah? Dave Jones, reply to this comment.
Salt Lake City.
Wow, I love Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City's hip. We'll go to Utah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We'll organise it sometime.
The Mormon Church is also in Utah, I think.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Is ENT your real first names? No.
No.
No, it's not. No. Taliesin is... he was a Welsh bard. He was the Welsh bard. He was a Welsh wizard.
Yes.
Bard, wizard, druid, kind of the same thing.
Magic man.
Yeah, he was born in a cauldron, and I believe Taliesin means shiny head or
Shining brow.
Shining brow. Yeah. He's just like a Welsh like legendary folk hero.
So it's an appropriate name for you.
Yeah,
it's more of an appropriate name for me, really.
What is your shining brow?
Can you see this shining
and
brow?
what about Evertel? Where does Evertel come from?
Evertel is just it came out of thin air, and it sounded slightly elvish to me.
But something else is Evertel, isn't it?
Yeah, if you Google Evertel, there's a resort in like Bali called Evertel.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. And I only found that out after like we did the channel and it took off a little bit.
And you Googled yourself. That's what you
I
did.
was like, Evertel.
And you're like, oh, what's this search result that comes up? Evertel hot. It's really hot in Bali. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Evertel sexy. Don't mind if I do. It's nice getting sexy in Bali in the Evertel resort.
Yeah.
Evertel buffet. What? Evertel 5-star. Evertel room service.
I was like, oh, what's good? Yeah. So yeah, and I just kind of came up with that name, and it was one of my like old elf names, and I kept it.
And was it your first character on WoW?
Not my first ever character, but it's my first character that I stuck with and leveled for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
What was your first character? Was it Hunter? Like?
Of course it was.
Okay.
Exactly the same.
So why did you scrap your first Hunter?
Because I came here and I had to open an EU account.
Okay, but Evertel was also your US Hunter. Was she your first character?
Yeah, she was my first
character.
character.
Oh wow, so like that's pretty good going.
Yeah.
Your first character
I've
was
had
your
her.
character.
Yeah.
Because mine was not.
I mean, yeah. She was mine. Because I was like off and on, but I would always come back to her.
Aww.
Yeah, that's so nice.
It's really nice.
And I personally thought the allied races all should have been crossovers like they started with the first two.
Do you mean like kind of they're essentially sort of like what do you mean there? Oh, so Blood Elf to Alliance and Night Elf to Horde. Yeah. Okay, so
reading
a kind of crossover. Yeah, I know. He actually explains it very well, and we just you mean to kind of just swap the skeletons around?
To give everyone a bit of a chance to play them.
That's clearly what they've done with the elves. If like the skinny humans come along, and they are using the night elf, the female undead models. That would be another example of that.
That makes sense.
In a way, in a much more subtle way. Zandalari trolls seem to use a lot of the night elf animations.
Yeah, they do.
But they also have some unique stuff going on as well. So
Lightborn also used some.
Do you know what Dave, when you wrote this question a month ago, I'd have probably agreed with you then. But actually, having had a month with allied races, I would like to see less of that. Because I feel like I don't feel really at home with the allied races yet. Which surprises me, because I love them on paper.
Yeah.
I love my little Nightborn, who I'm levelling still. And also, I'm kind of focusing on Tepartos, my Lightforged Draenei now as well, because he's cool.
I love Tepartos.
And he's a rep paladin, and they scale really well at lower levels.
Oh, I bet they do.
And he just kicks ass. It's great. He's just like Brom. And I've macroed in like various phrases that he shouts when he's in dungeons.
Too
like,
much.
Tepartos! That's it really. And what happens is in a dungeon group, when we get to a boss and the tank is getting ready to pull, I charge in and I shout Tepartos with my macro.
Oh.
And what's really funny is no one gets angry. Everyone plays along with it.
Oh.
It's really funny. Like only once has the tank actually got like annoyed and been like, "What are you doing? Don't do that. Don't pull. You pull it. You tank it," which is a perfectly fair response.
That's fair.
Perfectly fair. But when the tank said that, one of the DPS said, "Back off, man. Don't you know who this is? This is Tepartos. He needs not your puny tanking." It's really. So actually, but I feel like with 2 new ones coming out when BFA launches, and then another 2 coming out, what seems like it's going to be very soon after the start of BFA with the orcs and whatever the Alliance get. I don't know. I feel like they don't feel as special as a
I get what you
new
mean.
race.
I get
at
what
the
you
moment.
mean.
And I feel like I just need a bit more time to bed in with them. And I feel like they just need something that makes them a bit more unique.
You don't feel
each
that?
one.
You don't feel like Nightborn are special?
Yeah, but I associate them with high mountains and... Do you know what I mean? Like I associate them with Lightforged Draenei even, and I associate them with Void
Oh,
Elves.
okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
I think the High Mountain should be Alliance, and the Lightforged, Space Goat Horde, etc. Throughout. What do you think? I
think we just censored it.
I'd love Tauren on the Alliance, but I think I'd like to kind of actually make things a bit more unique. Yeah, and I didn't think I'd say that a month ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Same.
I've actually changed my mind. Maybe Dave has as well since he wrote this question.
What do you think, Dave?
Let us know, Dave.
So this question is from Louis Maldonado. T&E, congratulations on your upcoming big day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cues. I know it is hard enough to keep characters in one realm, but any thoughts to having some active toons in a US server?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean...
Well, we've done it.
Absolutely, yeah. And granted, we don't at the moment so much, although I technically do. We both still actually...
We both still do.
And pay subs on it as well, because it's tax deductible, mate. It's business. It's business or something. But yeah, no, we both started on US servers.
Yeah.
Absolutely independently of each other before we'd ever met.
Yep.
I happened to be living in America for a short time, and that's when I started playing WoW in 2008.
Gosh.
Before Obama was inaugurated. Yeah.
Before Obama.
And God, so old.
I know.
George W. Bush was
old.
president when I started playing WoW.
Stop.
That's so weird.
I think I started in like 2009.
Yeah.
Because I started a bit later than you.
And in the US as well.
In the US, so in college, procrastinating, not writing my paper.
And then when we met in the UK and we were playing WoW together, we were both doing it on our US accounts, obviously. So we both have these existing accounts with, like, I would call them now legacy characters on them. And actually my EU account has got more stuff on it now than my US one. But it took a while for that to happen.
Absolutely. Well, I don't have Loke on my...
Do you not have Loke?
Not on EU.
Well, we can make this happen.
No, because I got him on US and I was really proud, and I'm never going to do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? How do you get Loke? I don't even know because I'm not.
You just have to camp him in, I forget where he is, jungle zone somewhere, but you just camp him and
really
he pops up.
That,
I was so proud, and he pops up periodically. Of course, people are like hunting him for his pelt.
Oh, because you want to kill him as well.
Yeah, there are people who want to kill him as well.
No, that's so weird. That's horrible.
It is horrible. It is stressful. But because I was playing, I tamed him when I was actually in Berlin, but I was still playing on my US servers. So like when I'd log in, it'd be like weird hours, and I would specifically like set aside time that I knew that it was very weird hours in America to camp him.
You're a crafty hunter.
I was very crafty.
Sneaky hunter.
Yeah. And I still remember how it felt.
Well, surely next time we're in America, you could do the same thing. You could log into your EU account.
I could, and do it the other way
Camp
around.
that bad boy.
I could do it.
I get the feeling like EU players are a bit more hardcore than that, though. I feel like
they
would also be doing the same.
I think so. I felt like I didn't deserve it when I finally tamed him, because I was like...
And every time you summoned him, you cried.
I did.
I don't deserve this. You didn't care. You're like, look at my pen. It's like literally one of the first things you showed me in game. You're like...
Have you?
You're gonna like this.
Have you seen? Just saying. I literally his name. I just named him Loke, because
because you're not gonna change it.
You're not gonna name him something else, because people have to know. It's not like he's distinctive enough for anything.
Any plans for a US trip? Maybe as part of the honeymoon. I hear Florida is lovely this time of year. We will absolutely. The thing is, right? We're not doing a honeymoon straight away. We're gonna go on a mini moon.
Yeah.
Like somewhere warm, but probably European.
Yeah, warm, European, and cheap.
And for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because we might have a secret thing that we have to come back for pretty soon after our wedding.
Yeah, it's possible.
In fact, we do. We can only have like a mini moon. And we'd only have a mini moon anyway, actually. It's like... but then the year after, once we've saved up some dough, I've paid off the new PC, etc. that I haven't bought yet.
We've paid off the
wedding. And the wedding. And... everything else.
Just life.
Once we've paid off life, the idea is that our honeymoon's actually going to be in Japan.
Yeah.
That's like our dream.
That's the big thing.
Because neither of us have ever been to Japan.
No.
So that's the idea. We'd like to do a proper trip to Japan. It's only little, isn't it? It's only a little thin thing, like.
Yes and no.
It's little and thin.
Yes
easy.
And no.
We could probably do it in
There's
like a day.
Yeah.
Easy.
No.
I mean, I know it's got like it goes up a lot, but like it's easy. Just down the thing. See, there's a temple or some manga.
But yeah, that's the
Sushi.
plan.
Yum.
That's the plan. We are not going to Florida anytime soon, but if we're there, we will let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And because what? I mean, the great thing is we always have reason to be in America. Because of your family and stuff like that, and we do go.
It's where I'm
literally
from.
Regularly. So yeah, we could always
sometime.
like. I want to see more of America anyway.
You'd like Florida.
Would I?
It's warm. It's so nice and warm.
Yeah, but hasn't it got like alligators and stuff?
It does.
Well, I don't like that.
And
that sounds rubbish.
People,
no offense. Like telling me that there's alligators somewhere is not a good way of making me want to go there.
Yeah, but
it's like come to Florida. We've got alligators. No, that's it. Like that's a terrible reason to go somewhere.
There are plenty of things that make up for that.
Okay, what else they got?
Sunshine.
Disney World. They got Disney World. They got Disneyland. Is it
Disneyland? Disneyland.
Yeah.
Beaches.
Aren't there loads of old people in Florida?
There are lots of old people, but the alligators just eat them, so it's okay.
No, alligators don't eat old people. They're all chewy.
Yeah, they're like fresh meat.
Yeah,
Anyway.
It's got dark, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because people do get eaten by alligators, and you just joked about it.
Florida also has Miami, which is hot.
Will Smith sang about that.
I was going to say, if it's anything like what Will Smith has said about it, I'm going to Miami.
Yeah.
Welcome to Miami.
Well, I still haven't been to West Philadelphia.
I can take you there.
I know you can. That's what I'm saying. I'd love to go to I'd like to go to Philadelphia for lots of reasons. Number one, because I'd like to pretend that I'm the Fresh Prince. And number two, because I'd like to see the city centre, which is apparently based on Christopher Wren's designs for London after the Great Fire of London, which we never used. Great Fire of London.
And you can see the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, which was made by the same people that made Big Ben.
Yeah.
And Big Ben broke the first time it ever rang.
Yep.
And so did Liberty Bell.
Yep. They don't
just
have
saying,
a really good
they're just shit at making bells. And in fact, Big Ben was not even the first Big Ben. The first Big Ben they made broke before they even got it to the tower.
Oh no!
They made it was like I forget, like 16 tons or something, the first one.
Wow.
And they were like, we've made a big bell. And they put it on a cart and they had like a genuine parade where they were taking it to the tower. And it was so heavy that the wheel fell off the thing and the bell fell off and broke. And they were like, fuck a duck. They're like, damn, this thing broke. So they made the new one, which was only like, I don't know, 13 tons. And they took it up there. A man died taking it up the tower because it was too heavy. And it was like 1880 or whatever. And he died, so that was sad. But then they got it up there and they rang it and it broke.
Wow.
Because the ringer inside was too big.
Oh.
Did they learn from that mistake? No, because they made the Liberty Bell. The literal exact same thing happened. The ringer inside was too big, and they broke the Liberty Bell. And the thing was, in America, they were like, I'm not being funny, we just carted this thing over and they kept ringing it. So like the Liberty Bell is unringable now.
Yeah.
With Big Ben, they kind of fixed it. But that's why Big Ben rings a sharp note. It doesn't ring a pure note. Because it's got a crack in it. It's got a huge crack in it from the first time it ever rang.
Some fun trivia right
That's an actual fact. Oh, and anyway, yeah, so after the Great Fire of London, so the Fire of London happened. Sorry, we're going to finish after this. OBS will cut that out in a minute, don't worry. It'll get bored and it'll kill itself. But the Great Fire of London happened in 1666. Happened in Pudding Lane.
Yes, it did.
Why was it called Pudding Lane?
Not because of the pudding.
No, because the Great Fire of London started in a bakery, so everyone thinks that Pudding Lane is so called because, everyone was making puddings. But no, a pudding is poo.
It's just poo.
That's what poo is. Well, no, not quite actually. So in London in 1666, there was no sewage system really. So what you do is, obviously everyone knows this, you'd throw your toilet waste out of the window, and it would like just gather and go down, and London's quite hilly, and it all goes down towards the river, and all the sewage would just go down the streets and into the river. Yeah. But the problem with Pudding Lane was it was one of those streets running down to the river, but it was a dead end. Like it didn't open out into the river, so you'd get all of this poo would get flushed down this street, and it would all gather at the end of the street in these big glistening piles, and these big glistening piles are called pudding. That's literally what the word pudding originally meant.
Wow.
And that's why it was called Pudding Lane. And it happened to be a bakery on Pudding Lane.
Right.
I forget the guy's name now. But
for a bakery,
no, he left his oven on overnight, it set on fire. Everyone had straw roofs back then.
Yeah.
And that's why it's still the law in London now that you're not allowed to have a straw roof. from the Great Fire of London. It's one of the reasons why the fire spread so quickly. Except the Globe Theatre, like the rebuilding of the Globe Theatre, that's allowed to have it because they had to change. But they had to change the law of London to let that happen.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, the fire happened, and all of central London was burned down. And Christopher Wren, the great architect, who has still hundreds of churches in central London, which is, don't forget, it's a square mile that he rebuilt. That's why they're all Christopher Wren churches, because he knuckled down. He was like,
"You need an architect?
We're going to need some churches, guys." And the churches were really important because they were like centres of social stuff. But the only thing that got built before the churches was the pubs. Because that's where all the people building the churches would stay and drink and stuff. Yeah, like the oldest buildings after the fire in London are the pubs. Yeah. And you can point them out, you can see which ones they are. But anyway, so Christopher Wren, London at the time was all these stupid medieval streets, like all these winding lanes and stuff that you couldn't really get. Even back in 1666, they were too small. You couldn't get carts up and down them. You can't get cars up and down them now. And they were stupid. And Christopher Wren, after the Great Fire, he was like, well, this is brilliant. London's been completely destroyed. I'm going to rebuild it. And I'm going to rebuild it like Paris, with these amazing boulevards, all coming from a central point. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. And he drew up these incredible plans for the new London. But the Londoners, they obviously couldn't be bothered waiting for Christopher Wren to finish his plans. So they just rebuilt everything themselves.
Like,
and obviously, and they rebuilt it obviously exactly where it had been before. So London has still got all of these medieval street plans and stuff like that. But Christopher Wren's plans, apparently, God, this is the longest story I've ever told. I'm so sorry, but I find it interesting. Christopher Wren's plans were then used to build Philadelphia, in part. And central Philadelphia, originally, when it was first built, followed Christopher Wren's plans for London after the Great Fire. If you're from Philadelphia, you probably know that. If you're not from Philadelphia, you probably don't care. But I find it very interesting.
Fun fact. It is a very fun fact.
I'm so sorry.
No, I enjoyed that.
I kind of regret it. I might
think
edit
everyone
it
enjoyed that too. You did. So I think that's going to be the last question for today.
Okay, and only because, right, every time you've seen a cut in this video, that's because our OBS broke. I don't know what's going on.
It just keeps
It is quite warm in here tonight because we turned the heating on because it's freezing outside.
It's snowing.
Snowing blizzards.
Blizzards.
Oh, yeah. I texted you, blizzard outside. So what do they want? So yeah, I'm going to reinstall OBS, see what's going on, and we'll get another one out towards the end of the week, hopefully, to make up for the fact this one was a bit late.
Good
sorry,
idea.
guys.
Good
sorry.
idea.
Sorry. We've probably been a bit on edge, like of this whole video, looking over there, expecting it to break every second. Because honestly, it's broken like 10 times. My apologies. Apologies, we didn't get through more questions. We started off really well.
We just need a pace.
Yeah, but I like this. I like that this is like a regular thing that comes out for the patrons.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to talk.
It's nice to have a little chat.
Yeah.
You can't say that in this country.
It's good. Huh?
We've had this conversation. Okay, like any British people watching this, you will know that you literally just can't say the words, it's good to talk.
Of course it's good to talk.
You can't say that in this country.
Why can't you say that?
British people will know this, and again, apologies for people who aren't British. But if you're from this country, right? Okay. And this is the joy with going out with someone or marrying someone who is like from a different country. And it happens when I'm in America as well. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is cilantro? But no, you can't say it's good to talk, because that was a BT Telecoms advert back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, I think you told me this before. Oh, it's good to talk.
With Bob Hoskins he played Super Mario in the Super Mario movies fame. Movies? I said movies like there was more than one in the Super Mario movie. He was Super Mario. Who played Luigi in that movie?
I don't even know.
Did he go on to ever do anything else?
I do not even know.
Did you see that movie?
I have literally no recollection of that movie, although I know that I watched it.
I remember one bit of that movie. I remember the bit where they're going down a pipe and the Goombas, were like just big things in big coats with little heads. And the Goombas are chasing them and they fall over or whatever. And there's one bit where a Goomba is riding another one like a surfboard. Which was like genuinely funny. And the rest of it I don't remember at all. Because I was like 6 when I saw it or something.
I thought it was weird to have actual adult men playing Mario.
Yeah.
And like that's wrong to me because
It didn't work, did it?
It didn't work for me.
It should have just been a cartoon. They should have just done that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bob Hoskins, he's also the guy Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And he's also
I remember that movie.
a great British independent rugby movie, Up and Under. So
there you go.
Yeah. With Samantha Janus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so, I can't say.
Bob Hoskins was in a very famous series of adverts in this country, which lasted for 15, 20 years. And it was it wasn't BT. It was BT.
Okay.
Or was it Yellow Pages?
So anyway, there's an ad. Where
obviously,
people
they're
send
a phone company.
Yeah.
And he would always be like, there's some woman who hasn't talked to her mum for 20 years, and then the woman picks up the phone and is like, oh, hi, mum. And mum's like, oh, hello, love. And Bob Hoskins would be there
and he pops up and he's like,
it's good to talk.
Aww.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's why they were so popular. But the thing is, and they were so popular and so iconic, and this is back in the day when in this country, even Sky TV hadn't really taken off yet. So basically, in this country, we had 4 TV channels.
Nice.
Channel 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Very good.
Channel 4 was new still, and basically the only ones that could show adverts were Channel 3 and 4.
Oh, that's it.
So that advert was on 50% of all
time.
TV channels all the time.
Amazing. Okay, well, I'm never going to say it's good to talk again.
Thank you. Because
it's not
people in this
good to
country will just instantly be like, all right, Bob.
And I'll be like...
I mean, it's literally just what it means.
It's good to talk.
It would be like me going to America and saying, wouldn't you like to be my neighbour? And not expecting anyone to kind of make a cultural reference about that. Exactly. It would
but
literally
you would
be
never
like that.
say that to anyone.
No, I could be looking at a house in America and someone who lives next door could come out and go, hey, you looking to buy this house? I go, yeah, I am looking to buy it. Wouldn't you like to be my neighbour? I put on my dressing gown.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's literally that iconic.
Okay, I get it. I won't say it again.
Okay.
So
you can say it if you want, but
cool.
just be aware of what it stands for,
Yes.
what it means.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Sorry, that was long. This video is probably about 5 hours long now.
Very long. Okay.
Kind of wish OBS had broken in that bit.
Time to go to bed.
Okay. Guys, sorry and thank you.
Yeah.
And
hope you've enjoyed. We'll get to more questions next time.
if it's any consolation, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had a great time.
However you feel about it, this has been good fun for us. So we'll be back. Oh, don't you don't you think we won't?
No.
Guys, from me, Taliesin.
And me, Evertown.
Until next time, where we'll answer
See you
another
very
3
soon.
questions.
Yeah.
Cheerio.